Welcome back to another racing video, guys. So this is Tour of the Tropics, stage 2 actually, and this is CAT3 field. So I didn't do the first stage because I actually had to go study, but I'll quickly just say this is a Queensland racing video. So these guys aren't just the locals, but I'll push quickly to halfway to the race. Look at me moving up on the left here like a pro, and what you'll realize is there is a whistle, and what this whistle means is that you're halfway through the race, and it means you're coming up to an intermediate sprint. And you haven't done racing before, this means that you can get prize money for this sprint and even extra points. So I'll walk you through my strategy for this specific moment. So I'm already at the front of the field. I feel really confident. I have this inside line here. I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm 6 wheel. The guy in that black and white jersey starts moving up, so I follow him. And you see I got jolted there because this guy on the left, very aggressive, strong rider, elbows me, and the next thing you know, I've lost momentum. Now, if you want to see what would have happened, think about it. If I just kept that wheel, I would be number 4 in this line right now. It's so much more beneficial being the 3rd and 4th wheel on a sprint, and you'll see how this pans out. These guys are going ham. So the guy in the middle ends up actually winning the preem. I wasn't sure how much it was. I think it was extra $50. So pretty good prize money. Moving on. So we're about a quarter of the way left in this race. I'm moving quite a bit quickly because there wasn't much that I was doing. I mean, I tried to go for that strategy on that sprint, didn't work out, and you'll see what I do later. But for now, I'm trying to save energy. The field definitely was pretty fast. I mean, we're averaging 40 kilometers an hour around 4 corners. So that means we're sprinting out of corners. It means we're going 45, maybe even 50k an hour sometimes. Now, I like to say what I just did there. You see how the entire field slowed down? What in classic cycling fashion we like to do is you have to play the field. You can't just play your power. So if you realize that these guys in the front who have just sprinted away, these 2 people, they're making a breakaway, and you either have to make a decision, split, like last minute decision, if you want to join or not. And I decided I did not want to join, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna stay in the back of this field and see if we can chase it down nice and slow. I'm not going to try and chase it, and I'm going to trust that the people around me will chase it. But if we don't chase it down, we're essentially screwed because those guys will get away and they'll win the race. So about, I would say, 4 or 5 laps left now. I've still managed to stay at the front of the pack. This is good because, you know, I'm ready to attack whenever. But at this point, I realized that, hey, we're getting really close to the end. I was panicking a little. Maybe I should try and get to that front group. And if you guys cycle it all, it means you need to use a lot of energy. So I watched this guy in my front, and he decides to slow down. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to go. I am going to put in 400, 500, 700 watts and try and catch up to this front group. And you can hear the announcer saying that, you know, I'm trying to go for the breakaway. And in my head, I honestly wasn't sure if I was going to make it. So we're just going to follow my view here. You see me get out of the saddle. I'm trying so hard. You can even hear me breathe. I think my heart rate went up to about 180 here, which is very high for me. Usually this is like threshold. I was on threshold power, and this has been, 30 seconds of this chase, just me. A very important note that I'd like to make. Obviously, I'm still new to racing, but if you're ever trying to catch up to a pack, okay, don't go so slow to the point that you're just pulling other people. But you don't want to go too extensively quick that you just completely burn yourself. So here we go. After one whole lap, you see there, I'm just going to pause that really quickly. So at this point, you see this guy hold up a sign that literally says 3. So I have 3 laps to go, and I'm currently 3rd place. What did I say before about the sprint? If you're in 3rd place, this is like a perfect moment for you to contest for a win. And well, we'll see what happens. So next thing you know, I'm behind these three. I'm in a very good position, and suddenly they start slowing down, and I realize it's because none of them have enough energy, and I don't have enough energy to go 3 laps by myself. If you look on the right, this guy only almost gets into a crash. Oh my goodness, and we get swarmed. Next thing you know, the whole field is together. They've caught up. And not only have I expended the energy to try and get to the front pack, unfortunately, I don't even have a good track position, and I'm totally done. And so you can see me talk to the guy in the back there. We're having a little chat. I even told him, like, you know, I almost got away with it, but at the end of the day, almost doesn't cut it for racing. So let's fast forward just a little bit, and we'll go on board for the last 2 laps and see what happens. So we just passed the second mark, and everybody starts increasing the pace now, and this is one of 2 reasons. The guys in the front want to make sure that the guys in the back cannot contest for the sprint. Look at this guy on the right, like, he is out of the seat, out of the saddle. He is hardcore pounding these pedals, and I'm not even able to follow his wheel. So obviously I'm trying to follow his wheel. The number one thing to do is try and follow a wheel, because if other people can pull you to the final, you can save a lot of energy for yourself. So everyone is doing almost sprint speed at this point. I mean, just look around. It looks like we're in a car. So coming up, we have 1 lap left, and it's already strung out. Look at the guy 3 bike lengths in front of me. He's got a gap. I've got a gap. Look at this. I'm wasting so much energy in the wind right now. I need to be caught on into this blue guy's wheel as soon as possible. So it kind of slows down for a second. Everyone's looking around, and boom, we go once again. Everyone is hauling ass. And then I make a small mistake. I go a bit wide, and these 2 people now, they essentially overtake me after me pushing so hard on that lap. So once again, I see that blue guy go, and I try and follow his wheel, and unfortunately, well, I'm gassed out. I have no energy at this point, and look how far these guys are. If I had to contest for the sprint, I should be in the front right now, which I have no energy to even get up there. Even if I wanted to sprint right now, these guys are going so fast, I'm unable to contest for it. So, you know what? I told myself, as long as this guy goes, I'm gonna go. So he starts going. There's a gap on the right side, and I catch 1, 2, 3, and just at the end, I don't get the 4th. But man, was that an amazing, fun race.
Oh, good job.
So everyone was honestly so nice. Obviously, some people got their elbows out in the race, but that's the fun of racing. You have a little bit of competitiveness. There's a lot of strategy, a lot of thought process that goes into every single corner. Are you going to take that person's wheel? Are you going to go for the breakaway? And I'd like to emphasize again, I'm not like a pro or anything, but this is something I love to do. And if I ever get the chance to do more races, which I think there is a race series coming up in 2 weeks, I'll definitely be posting that. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. For now, enjoy the sound of my heavy breathing as I recover from this race.